Now we're going to take a look at another impressive function of ChessBase, the opening report. It's an incredibly useful and sophisticated tool for telling you all about a certain opening. So let's say we're playing through a game. Here we have one of the games from the recent World Championship match between Anand and Topalov. You're still in the opening part of the game, but you reach a position that interests you. Say black's just played 5a6. If this isn't a position you're familiar with, you'd like to know what to do here. Well, this is where ChessBase 11 really comes into its own. You can see along the top in the ribbon, on the Report tab, there's a button called Opening Report. And we're going to generate an opening report on this position. First of all, remember that you do need to have a database designated as your reference database, which in my case is the Mega Database 2010. You can see one of the previous videos on how to designate a database as your reference database. Now this process does take some time because of the amount of information it's sifting through, but believe me when I say it's well worth it for the result. So let's click on the button and see what happens. Straight away you can see that ChessBase is searching through a great deal of information. It's going through the whole host of games available to it in the Mega Database 2010, which in my case is over 4.5 million games. And there you go, it's now generated the opening report on that particular opening. So first of all, it starts you off with the position you were looking at. It tells you there were over 1,341 games in the Mega Database. Clicking this link will bring you to them, with a little bit of history about the game. First game it was played, most recent Grandmaster game, and the most recent game available in the Mega Database. A little bit of information about how frequently the opening was played, broken down by year and fashion. This is weighed slightly by the fact that computer chess databases have so much more in material from the 1990s onwards. But we're still at the very first part of the opening report. Section 2 is about strong grandmasters who've used this line. You can see that Morasevich plays it and has played it in 7 games out of the Mega Database. Other proponents include Michael Adams and Vishy Anand. Here it tells you some statistics about the opening. Section 4 is the really exciting section, giving you moves and plans. The great thing about this is simply clicking on any of these games will take you to that game, and you can see how some of the best players in the history of the game played that position. Playing through top Grandmaster games like this is one surefire way to improve your game and your understanding of why moves were played. Here it gives you some of the options you can play, who's played them, and what you should play in reply. Just like with the dossier function, can you imagine how long this sort of information would have been to collate in the pre-computer era, or even just 10 years ago? You're looking at literally weeks of work, which was all done in a matter of seconds using the power of the new ChessBase 11.